All right, let's get this shit going. Oh, it might help if I turned on my wheelbase and had fan LEDs running. Let that calibrate. Fan LEDs. Where is it? There it is. Fan LEDs. I always should remember by now to have fan LEDs on, but no, I'm a dumbass. Let's make sure that it still recognizes my. God damn it. Oh, this will work. Ah! Bastard. Uno momento, por favor. Gotta restart the damn game because I forgot to turn on my Club Sport wheel. Noob move! Yeah, let's launch it with DirectX and see what happens. Now. Back into my profile. Please, for the love of fuck, tell me it's there. Ah, seriously? Elite wheelbase. V3s. G27 shifter. Button box. Shift knob. Gas, brake, clutch, that's still all there. Advanced, all that's there. Alright, I think it was just that I had to reprogram. Alright, so, what's up, Jeremiah? Last time, hopefully we reloaded right where I was parked at. Yes! And it's daytime too, hell yeah. Woo! It started! Alright, let's get this shit shown. Oh yeah, I forgot parking brake was engaged. Woohoo! Load some gears. Alright, so we just pulled out of Schulich Field Station. Jake shifting, floating gears. Oh, we are hitting the road. Day's going pretty good so far. Figured I'd do some, get some of this haul knocked out of the way. We got 220 miles. See, my daughter's birthday was like a couple weeks ago now, and got the wife and I'm going out there to pick up a trampoline. That's what she wanted, so figured I'd do some broadcasting before, some streaming rather, before I had to go out there and assemble a trampoline. For some reason, I'm really digging the outside view better. Yeah, fuck the lights. I got my running lights on. I know headlights are supposed to be on at all times, but yeah. We're good this way. And once again, awesome, got the earbuds in so I can listen to music while I'm driving and not have to worry about YouTube being a bunch of assholes and copywriting my shit. So now that we've made it down past Tulik, I think we should start running into a lot more terrain that's more familiar to me. Like we'll start coming into the Brooks Mountain Range. Debating on whether I want to keep drinking Mountain Dew or if I want to crack that Monster Energy. It's looking pretty tempting. Fuck. No, Facebook message. Texting and driving will kill you. Yeah, I got time to deal with that right now. I'm trying to not die here. Let's put our other mirror up too. I appreciate all the likes. I went back and I looked at the video from last night. Actually turned out to be some pretty good shit when I was pretty much half asleep. Now that I'm fully awake, I don't know if it's gonna be as entertaining. What's up, Eric? I got earbuds in and all kinds of shit. Hold on. What's up? Glue traps are over there. Oh, there's a glue trap on the kitchen counter. Actually, no, it's, you know where the, it's on the fucking wood floor right next to the refrigerator. There's a glue trap sitting right there. Take that one. Yeah. I have to get more of those fuckers. They work really fucking good. Fuck the other traps. I shouldn't even bother. This is about a ton of glues. God damn it. Now I gotta fish the other earbud. Come on, hold a straight line, truck. Okay, get your earbud in. Oh, you're drifting. Alright, here we go. There we go. We're good. There we go. Alright, so Jeremiah, what's the call? Monster Energy or Mountain Dew? Probably doesn't help this morning. I was listening to a lot of Body Count too, and E-Town Concrete. Love that fucking horn. Oh, look at this, the train is changing. Yep, let's just smack a fucking, trying to reach and see what the, yeah, I've been drinking Mountain Dew all morning. You know what we're gonna do? I've cleaned it a few times, but here we go. You ready? That's the sound of success right there. Oh yeah. Monster coffee. Hey, no more just staring into empty nothingness. We've got bushes and shit. 5 hours and 38 minutes. Yeah. Really? I was able to downshift before. Oh, that's right, you can't float down. You can float up. Can't float down. Who knows what power this... If I had an 18 speed, this thing would probably be a hell of a lot faster. Oh, you know, screw it, we'll turn our lights on. What the hell, why not? There's that damn ditch again off to the right side. I would call this one a Peter Puffer, but it's actually a good one. Sucks is I only have 13 gears. But a killer Jake brake. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, what are we passing? Passing something here. Better stay hammered in. It looks like we're going uphill. Woo. Freightliners are a highway tractor. Straight highway. They're not meant for stuff like this. Especially now with all the like the Cascadias, the Coronados, all that. The only Freightliner that I could see that would be capable of doing a job that this 389 is doing would probably be a Classic XL. And trust me, I spent a lot of time working on Freightliners. I worked for Dillon Transportation for a while in the shop, and yeah, they're not built for heavy use application. They're built for pulling trailers down the interstate, not out in the wild, white, wonderful world that we're in right now. I still remembered my everything except for my dumbass forgetting to turn on the wheelbase before I started the game. I remembered my force feedback settings, so I got a little vibration from the engine. That's it. Is it all-wheel drive? Well, hell, that's a loaded question right there. Most Subis are all-wheel drive. well, the most important question is, are you going after the STI with the boxer in it and a 6-speed manual? If they even offer that in a hatch. I know the Imprezas had the STI package with the 6-speed manual and the boxer motor. Those things are a motherfucker to work on too. Clutch in. Crossing a bridge. Trailer slide. Oh god. That's fun. I like drifting this thing. The winter physics are awesome. Or the physics mod they put in it. Ew, automatic. Well, if it has traction control that you can turn off, then hell yeah, it'll drift in the snow. Hell, it should be able to drift on wet pavement. If I've got a car, it has to be a stick. Truck, I like an automatic, except for my dually. That's a 6-speed manual with a gear bender overdrive. It's a bad bitch, especially with that 12-valve Cummins in it and dual stacks on it. Got the fuel pump turned up on it, not to roll coal, for more power. What are we passing up? Oh, pump station 4, look at that. Hey, wait, if that's pump 4, we're going to 7 Mile, we're going over Adigan. Yep, Adigan Pass will be coming up here. Let's go to this camera. We had a rental car, it was a, fuck, was it 2016 Dodge Charger, automatic with the 3.6 liter high output motor in it. It had the option for slap shift, and holy shit did that car have power. I think it had like 18s on it with brand new tires. I turned traction control off on it, and Jesus Christ could I drift that thing. Oh, hey, look at that. The last time we were in here, I still had my wipers on. Off. But yeah, anyways, back to that Charger. I took off from one of the gas stations, and second gear, I was at 90 miles an hour, and I still was inside the power band. That little 3.6 motor, it was freaking ridiculous. Somebody needs to make, and they probably already did. Oh no, that was for the one of the other trucks. Somebody needs to make a mod that shortens that mirror, the main mirror, so I don't have to run virtuals. So I'm too lazy to use the, there's no auto center. If I was to set up an axis to look right, left, up, and down, I'd need it to auto center. If I keep this speed up, we're gonna die. So I do believe the next thing that we're gonna come up on is Chandelier. Can't remember what it was though. Oh, Chandelier Station. And then after that it'll be Adigan Pass. So see, we factor in now how long I know the drive is from Fairbanks up the Elliott onto the Dalton. And then we came from Dead Horse, did a 2.5 hour drive to get down to Tulick Airfield. So it's 2.5 hours from Dead Horse to Tulick. And this one's going to 7 Mile. We're gonna try and see if we can skate our way all the way down to Fairbanks, seeing how I'm still driving for hire. By the time that happens, I should be able to take out the loan, buy my own truck, and we can take off out of Fairbanks. I know Adigan Pass is really gonna slow us down, especially in the wintertime. Pump 7 is, I do believe that's, Pump 7 is after Yukon, I believe. Or no, 7 miles after, well, I'm asked backwards because we're headed down. See, RT in my mind is a little overrated. Big deal, it's got a Hemi in it. My 1500 Ram has, like I said, I was talking about last night, it's got a completely built 4.7 motor in it. It's 525 it dynoed out at. After I went through and fixed the traction issue that I had, seeing how I had that much power. Obviously, anytime you launch off a line, all I do is spin the tires. I put a locked rear end in it, well, air locker, so I could undo it for when I'm driving it and towing trailers and shit. I would beat a RT off the line and actually beat him on a 1/8 mile, because that's all we have around here. We don't have quarter miles. But I would spank him in a pickup truck. So the Hemi's totally overrated. The 5.7 Hemi is, I believe, a 360. Mine's a 289, but I think it's a little bit more than that because it's been bored out. Red and her eyes are blue, just look at that smile. I was so proud. That's the story of my life. I love this iPod in my ears. Best rally car right now, as much as I hate to say it, Ford Escort. As far as power to weight ratio and what they can get out of that little bitty 4-cylinder with a turbo. But if we're talking best rally car of all time, best rally car of all time would have to be, it's a really close tie between an Evo 10 and a Ah, what the hell is it? I'd probably say a WRX STI or an Evo 10. That's going full size now. Obviously, compact, I'd have to go with the Ford Escort because those fucking things are retarded. Honestly, I've drifted better with like a 240 SX on snow, or hell, not even snow, but just the 240 I had was originally the 2.4 non-turbo. We did the JDM swap to the 2.0 with a turbo. That fucking car with a 5-speed was absolutely ridiculous. I could be doing 60, 70 miles an hour, drop a gear, smoke the tires. That car was scary fast. It's one of the few cars that I own that I actually had to put a 5-point harness in, and actually contemplated putting a roll cage in. The other car I did. Drag. Let's see, drag. Probably the Evo over the STI. I mean, you've got to get somebody who really knows what they're doing with those Subi motors to get the power out there. The Evo, there's shit. There's so much for an Evo that you can do right out of the gate that gives it a lot more power. But I don't necessarily look at tuning cars or tuner cars as racers. When you say the word drag, it's got to have a V8 in it and rear-wheel drive. Yeah, all-wheel drive drag racing is dumb to me. All-wheel drive is good for rally, obviously, and drift, but it's not really worth a shit for a drag racing. There's too much that can go wrong. If you're gonna drag race one, it's got CV shafts all the way around because it's independent. Then you gotta worry about those dinky little gearboxes in there in the back. I'd much prefer a solid rear axle. Still trying to get a little bit of the tiredness off, even though I've been up for a while. I used to be into the whole adding nitrous to an all-wheel drive is just asking for problems. You're gonna have to beef up your entire drivetrain if you want to hold, and your engine if you want to hold nitrous. So I had a 87 IROC with a 383 stroker that had 200 shot a wet shot of NOS on. We gotta be coming up to Adigan here pretty soon. I mean, if you just put like a small, if you put a small shot of nitrous on it, it's not gonna hurt too bad, but if you throw anything over a 100 shot, you're just asking to blow a piston right out of the block. Alright, those earbuds are coming out. It's actually not benefiting me today because it's more distracting than it is helping. There we go. I actually need to be able to hear the motor this time, and the music was overpowering the motor. That's why I kept shifting gears too many times. I think one of the fastest cars I had, believe it or not, was a 96 Z24 Cavalier twin turboed with nitrous. Now the motor, at the time I was going through Nashville Auto Diesel College, so I was learning the high performance shit. And it was right about the time that Chevy started to phase out the Cavalier. Well, Chevy was phasing out the Cavalier when they brought in the Cobalt, and then the Cobalt SS had, I believe, the package from GM where you could go up to 700. Oh, Adigan River, that's a good sign. Chevy had or General Motors had a package from that you could buy, that you could bump one of those little 2.2 Ecotechs up to 700 horsepower and still carry the factory warranty on it. So what I did is I took my 2.4 liter dual overhead cam. We bored it over so much that we had to put titanium sleeves in it, because otherwise we would have been cutting into the water ports and there wouldn't have been enough clearance. We completely redid the head on it. The entire motor was just balls to the wall, and we threw two small turbos on it. One for low RPM torque and then one for the higher power band. So it was bi-turboed, and then we had to run all the plumbing to it. Dual intercoolers, dual wastegates. The car is absolutely retarded. It was front wheel drive, and we ended up having to modify the hell out of some super CV shafts. So I could take a stock one and snap it on a line launch. I went through, I think about, I want to say about at least a half dozen sets of OEM shafts before I finally was like, you know, this is too much fucking money, and just had a set built that could hold the power. Which that car ultimately ended up, I shot a piston through the hood. Turns out 2 turbos and nitrous is too much for a little 4-cylinder to handle. I think we're climbing up the ass end of Adigan Pass here. Oh, we can do 666 miles. Haven't seen the sign for Adigan, but this is pretty much looking like it right here. We're getting pretty damn close. I know it was a good little drive from Pump Station 4 to Adigan. But with this guardrail in place, I'm kind of thinking we're getting right there at the pass. No, not yet. We're close. Close to the pass. I don't know why the hell I just shifted to 6th. We're just gonna drop it right here. See, I never really was big into drifting. Hell, I could take my pickup out and drift it like crazy. Hell, I've drifted my dually. Alright, we gotta be close to the pass. If not on it by now. Oh, you're finally passing me. Come on, do it. It still isn't Adigan. Double clutches there. The walls are starting to close in, so we might be getting there. This looks like Adigan Pass. Yep. Chain up. Adigan Pass. Let's go. Well, looks like we'll be climbing this in too low for a little bit. Oh, we got diff lockers now. We're good. We won't get stuck on this hill, not with diff locks. Now we're actually gaining speed. I think we climbed the hardest part. Whoa, that's the wrong gear. Now see, that's my Logitech shifter getting ready to take a shit on me here. Sometimes when I put it in fourth gear, it decides it wants to go to either reverse or whatever. It's really funky. Problem is we're not going fast enough or slow enough to be able to trip the dip lockers. I don't know if that's just the axles are spinning. Doesn't look like it. It's a big drop down. It's only going to get bigger and bigger as we keep going. Not changing gears. Oh boy. I think we're about there at the summit. Yep. Now we've climbed the backside. Now we're going to have to snake our way down the front. There's one little non-snowy patch right here. Sorry, car. Big rig coming through. we're gonna sit here for a second, see how we just climbed the summit of that again. Trucker bladder. Plus it'll give me a good chance to check the truck, make sure nothing got broken on the way up the hill, because I know I was really putting some stress on her running it that high up in the RPM range. Alright, check out the truck, looks good. I think we're ready to continue on here. Alright, let's see what we can do here. See, right now that should have been 6th gear, but nope. Now my Jake is set in stage 3 right here. Baby. Good grief. This load is just pulling me down, even though it looks like we're going uphill, we're not. Hard on the brakes, we see the bottom of the pass there to the left. Man, I'm really riding these bastards. dude. Thanks, asshole. He's going too friggin' slow for me. Alright, there we go. We just went up and over the pass. And I think we're gonna call 60, well 66 we're stuck at now. I'll probably hover around 65, which is fine with me. Wow, we used a lot of fuel getting up that hill. That was the hardest part though, for now. Now the pipeline's made its transition from the right to the left. It'll switch back over to the right side again. As I prepare to set up this Alaska State Trooper. Sorry, dude. Hot shot load coming through. Suck it. Alright, so I know now, provided I don't do anything stupid, the rest of the way to 7 Mile, that I'll just get a good work. I won't get an excellent off of it, but who cares? As soon as I can take out that loan and get my own truck, that's all I'm wanting. Chandelar Station discovered. Which is weird because we're not even up to it yet. It's up here on the right. There's never any loads that come out of Chandelar. You can only take loads up there. Dropped off many loads up that little road right there. So now we should be in the North Slope Borough. Headed down to the Brooks Range. So that's Chandelar out of the way. I'm trying to remember what the hell the next place is. I almost want to say it's Coldfoot. I'm not sure. It's been a while. It's been a long time. Not quite yet to half a tank, but once again, since this is a 1-1 map, that doesn't really come into play. Unless you're pretty much smoked on gas when you get in your truck. remember this. Good thing I caught that. I forgot about this wicked ass little slope here. Oh, we're sliding. Clutch in. Trying not to slide this load. You know, I just did. So we're still clutched in right now. Stay clutched in as long as possible here. Better yet. Look at that. No clutch, neutral. We're gonna be heading downhill quite a bit. Double check. Yep, I only have 6 high, or 6 low. Which means this is only a 13. My goal is to get us about halfway there. Utilize as much clutch as I can. Now the pipeline's back to the right side. Make up your mind. I know these little up and down bunny hills are deceiving, but see if I gain any speed clutched in, or at least maintain it without burning fuel. Stay nuts in on this one because I know we gotta go up a hill. Yeah, it's a Carlile truck. There we go. Now we got the big picture. $169 miles to go. At least we're drawing the time down. It was over 6 o'clock. Now it's 5:48 p.m. estimated time of arrival. We're steadily pulling her down. So today is officially the last day of May. Once again, I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. But most importantly, I hope everybody took at least a few minutes out of their day to remember what exactly Memorial Day is all about. Aside from getting shit-faced, grilling out, swimming, partying, all that. Hope everybody at least took, even if it was just 5 minutes out of their day, to sit back and reflect on all those who are presently serving in our military, but most importantly, the true reason for Memorial Day is to look back and pay tribute and honor those who fought and died for this country from World War I, hell, all the way from the Revolutionary War, Civil War, World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Enduring Freedom, Iraqi Freedom, all those who laid their lives on the line and those who paid the ultimate price. So hopefully the majority of society still recognizes the true meaning of Memorial Day. I know a lot of people get them. A lot of people really just kind of get it confused between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Veterans Day is when you thank pretty much anybody who has served, but Memorial Day is honoring the fallen. And my family's history goes all the way back to World War I. So definitely believe that I had a big ass American flag flying with a POW flag underneath it. Not that that's any different from any other day. My flagpole always has a big American flag and a POW flag underneath it. And a secondary flagpole that has the back the blue American flag and then a "Don't Tread on Me" flag underneath it. What kind of donut? I'm clutching this thing so much it's funny. Now let's go back to one finger driving this truck. We keep steadily dropping that estimated time of arrival down. That's a good thing. So we're an hour and 8 minutes in. Still saying 4 hours and 12 minutes, but we've chopped the miles down. Not quite sure if I want to be making too many passes on these curves coming up because I think they're pretty brutal. I do want to get ahead of this truck. It's a sourdough. It is. Beauty of this road, you can use every inch of it. Don't slide in front of that car. Or this one, because I ain't got room to slide to the side. Hey Don, what's up? Long time no see. This map would go out a little bit further and tell me what the hell is coming up next. You know, I'm kind of wondering that. I think this does have an ISX in it. Definitely does sound like a Cummins motor, especially with that turbo. Really, assholes? That was a dickhead move there by that cop. Oh, let's see. Does it tell me what this thing has in it? What the hell? Why does it say I have 4 skills? It didn't apply my skill points. Yeah, it doesn't tell me what this truck has in it. Damn. Kinda hoping it did. That cop is hauling ass. Ugh. Diagnostics. And we're gonna go ahead and set the cruise back on now. Now I'm catching back up to that same asshole cop I had to slam the brakes on last time because he decided to pass the car right as I was about to initiate a pass. Oh yeah, diagnostics. How about that? Well, it's got an Eaton Fuller 13, 220-gallon tank. I'm gonna say that it's got a, that's a 500 horse. That's an ISX. That's, yeah, that's a 15 series. Although, I don't know. The Jake kind of sounds more like the C15. I need to experiment around, yeah, I absolutely hate the 13 speed. But until I get my own truck, aka Viper 2's Peterbilt 389, I'm stuck with whatever they give me. Now don't you do this shit again, cop. Yeah, that's right, hit your fucking brakes, jerk. Screwed me over last time. We're chopping time off. Big time. I really wish I had 18 gears. And that's exactly what my shifter is. It's the 18 speed version of the CSIO SKR shifter. But right now I'm stuck with just 6 low, which means 13 gears. I'm pretty sure heading southbound from Chandelar Station that there's not anything for quite some time. We're kind of going to be out in no man's land here for a while. I was wondering why the hell is the Jake still on? Derp, didn't get down 66. Well, I try and cut this mileage in half. That way, by the time the wife and kids get back with the trampoline, aka my daughter's birthday present, I've at least knocked half of this trip out of the way, and I can finish the rest of it in the second part, because I knew last night when I took this load from pump station 3, we made it to Tulik Airfield, and I stopped for the night, so that's where we picked up today. I knew it was probably going to be a 2-part trip. This is a 200 something mile trip, and it was about a almost a 6-hour drive. So if I can knock it in half, find a place to safely park and not just leave it sitting in the road. Sorry, Kenworth. If we can knock this trip in half by the time they get back, I can do the rest of it later. But the ultimate goal right now is to make our way, since we started in Dead Horse, make our way down to Fairbanks. As soon as I unlock, I've already got the loan unlocked. As soon as I can get Viper's 389, we're gonna rock that, and hopefully by that time we'll be down in Fairbanks, so I can either Fairbanks or Wiseman, because I know Wiseman has a garage for some reason, or no, I don't know. Dead Horse has a garage. I think Coldfoot has one. Yeah, Coldfoot has a garage too. I'd like to have one at the start, the end, and in the middle. I've already got the one at the end because it's my starting garage. If I can get down to worst case, if I well, fuck, I'll have to even if I bought the Viper's truck after I finish a load, I know I'm not a high enough level, so I'd have to do at least one more trip. Yeah, I don't either, and it really bugs the crap out of me. I mean, I might have it in my mod. I might have it in my mod list, but I think it's the old version. But I've noticed that like a lot of things like sound mods and stuff, doesn't matter if they're 1.6 compatible, they still work. I do have that mod for the Cummins and PACCAR motors. It's an older version. I think it's Creechbaum that did it. There's somebody else that did a... Creechbaum is the master of sound mods. So Creechbaum's the master sound maker. Hawks is undoubtedly the king of map making. Viper was the king of truck making, but I don't think Viper's doing mods anymore. I know I had to search real hard to find his 389 updated, and I noticed in the credits that it's no longer just Viper 2. It's like 4 different people, so I think he gave rights to a couple other people to go ahead and keep updating the truck so we can have an awesome ass 389. Because I'm definitely going with a tri-drive when I get mine. Now what I'm really interested to see, and this mod is older than dirt, I want to see if Hound Dog's skin mod for the 389 works. Yeah, ETS2 has some new truck sounds, but what really annoys me with that game, and I know it defeats the purpose of the game, is I wanted some American trucks in ETS2. Because I've already played around with the heavy cargo pack on ETS2 side, and honestly I wasn't really impressed, but it's because they do it the smart way overseas. The trailers, all the axles turn, helps you get going, where here we just use pup trailers and tag axles, lift and drop axles. I think the next town we're going to come up on will be Wiseman. I think that's the goal we're going to shoot for. We're going to shoot for Wiseman, or whatever the hell the next closest town is, because I know they've got to be pretty damn close to being back, if they're not already back and just haven't said anything. We've already knocked about 100 miles off of this trip. Here we go with stupid choices. Hey, let's make a pass on a blind hill. Who knows what's on the other side? We are going to 7 Mile Station with this one. We started out of Pump Station 3. Originally last night, started from Dead Horse to Pump 3, and now we're going from Pump 3 down to 7 Mile, and I'm hoping that while I'm still a driver for hire, I can get something from 7 Mile going further south. We're definitely out of the North Slope Borough, seeing how there's trees and stuff. It's a really nice car to be on the Dalton Highway with. Trying to remember. I've already done that load a million times. Problem with Hornbrook? I can't. This is the Dalton load, or the Dalton map. This is straight up just the Dalton Highway. Completely different map than the SES one or the Coast to Coast map. the hell is that? Dirt? Interesting. Whoa. Back on the... Uh-oh. That wasn't good. I knew that would come back to bite me in the ass. Did that do any damage? No. I hate it when you lose sight of the delineators. That was all on me. So we just plowed a snowbank. That was totally all on me. I got screwed up when I came through there. I was like, wait, whoa, where's the road going? Ended up on the wrong side of the delineators, and there you have it. Didn't do any damage though, so that's a good thing. But we used that front bumper as a snowplow. That's for damn sure. I've gotten so used to just running the regular maps, I forgot how deadly the Dalton really is. I'm bowing right now. That was a dumbass move of the day right there. Alright, so cruise control is back on after we stuffed it in the ditch. Oh, more like I stuffed it in the ditch like an idiot. Not seeing the telltale signs of Wiseman yet. We haven't hit that one weird spot where the pipeline does an over-under. Or double-under. I always look on the map and see how far out we were. Are. If it zooms in enough. What is this guy here? Oh, it's a new company. I haven't seen that before. Hell, I don't even see the pipeline anywhere. Unless it's off to the left over there in the trees. Hell, it might be off to the right for all I know. Or it could have said, fuck your couch, and it's nowhere. thing that's got me curious is anybody gonna make the Canadian ice roads, like the Manitoba ice roads from the last few seasons of Ice Road Truckers. I don't know if anybody's got the I'm trying to say it without sounding like an asshole. If anybody's got the balls to take on mapping out all those roads and the twists and turns and shit that those roads have in them. Starting out in, what was it, Ontario or some shit? Or Manitoba, or wherever the hell it was. Start out in the big city, drive the highway, and then you turn off for the winter roads. That'd be cool to go to like all those, like Moose Lake and all that stuff. I just don't know if anybody could be able to do it other than Hawks. I know he'd be able to do it. It'd take a lot of time, but right now his hands are tied with this map. I've got the Coast to Coast and Canada Dream, but I'm talking a standalone map where it's just like this one. It's nothing but just the Canadian ice roads. Canada Dream and Coast to Coast gets really boring really quick because it's just a lot of the same highway just stretched out over and over and over. Canada, actually to me driving in Canada is more fun than driving in the States. It's more challenging because it's a lot of 2-lane. The Coast to Coast is nice that you can drive all 50 states and you can rack up money and XP like crazy. It's just so freaking boring at times. The scenery doesn't change enough. It's just plain, unlike this map where it's loaded with stuff. Like the trees, all the delineators, all that good stuff. This is probably by far the hardest map for this game. Hell, if I knew how to open up the editor and do it, I would attempt to try and make the Canadian ice roads, but I have no experience in map making whatsoever. But it'd be something I'd be willing to try and take on. I'd have to have somebody who's got some map making experience to mentor me in it, but if I could get paired up with somebody who knows how to do it right and can tolerate me asking a bunch of dumbass questions, I'd definitely be willing to give it a shot. Oh, I see road now. We're on road. 75% of the Dalton is gravel and 25% is actual highway. Or paved. Hey, there's the pipeline. And it's gonna disappear. So we're getting close to Wiseman. Yep, because now the pipeline just jutted back out from the trees. If it does a crossover across the road once and then back over again, I know we're coming right up on Wiseman. Or Wise Ass, as I used to call it. scanning that tree line now. Nice to actually be on pavement where you can see a white line. And my hats off to the Alaska DOT for keeping this section of road pretty plowed. Don't see the pipeline off to the right. Hear my phone dinging. I actually have to answer this. God damn it. That's one of my customers there. That'd be pretty damn close to Wiseman. Whoa, what the fuck? Why did ATS just go into windowed mode like that? That's a little weird.